What's going on, y'all? Welcome back, episode 26 of the walkthrough, picking up here at Liurnia Tower Bridge. So we did get the talisman, we did get the quest item for the non-trophy secret ending related to Fia, but there is one armor set here left to get. Now, I'm just trying to get as many items as I can get everyone and do 100% of all, of everything. So like I said, this is not related to a trophy, but there is an armor set here to get, so I would like to get it, right? And that's going to be here with him. We can be big boy too if we want. Come on, do something I can do something with. Come on, get out of it and fight. Thank you. Slap the shit out of him. Maybe I'm rusty. I ain't, probably ain't fought this guy really in a while. He's definitely pretty weak to blood loss though. Shit, we'd like proc twice on him. So if you could roll through him and then just kind of run around in a pretty tight circle, it's gonna take a minute. He's gonna go for a while, but eventually he'll fucking stop. Make sure we stay buffed here, because it really does help with the blood flame. And slam. Thank you. There it is. And that is your Godskin Noble. So that's typically how I fight him. Like I said early on, yes, we did kind of, cheese him a bit. So newer players can get that Somber 7. But it's actually a fun fight. I will regret, not getting a chance to fight him. It's actually it's the enemy I learned parries on, which is just completely absurd if you think about it, So, you don't run into one for a while. But I never really played around with parries. I found them quite difficult. When I got to him, I couldn't find out how to beat him, so I just learned parries. Anyways, we're going to go back to the Ancestral Woods and start clearing all of this out while we're here. Before we even do the other areas, we're going to kind of have to run for a set of armor. So, there's not too much going on with this one. I'm going to kind of clear everything as we go, but there's definitely some side paths, some hidden talismans, hitting, not quest items, but utility items, so there's a lot of stuff worth getting. So what we're going to do is from, that was the Ancestral Woods, yeah, so Ancestral Woods, side of Grace, we're just going to kind of run up while we're grabbing all of our stuff, taking out everyone as, we encounter them, and lighting the 6 pillars. So on the main road, as we go on back up towards the bridge that we took after we fought the Mimic tier, that would be your first pillar here. And besides the one we lit back there. So actually this will be your second. We're doing them in order. So we got these guys again, our favorites. It's really cool if you want to talk about the connectivity of the world. That is actually Mogwin's Palace. That's where you enter the DLC up top, what we're looking at. It's actually really cool. So that's Mogwin's Palace, and you look on your map, and you can tell that it's Mogwin's Palace. I love it. It all connects just perfectly. Lord of Blood, your eminence, I beg you, grant me a seat at the table of the dynasty. Long live the Mogwin dynasty. Long live the Mogwin dynasty. Alright, so from here, we're actually going to hold off on any more pillars for a split second, because we want to take this lower path. Now, this is, important if you're trying to get all the talismans, right? We only need all legendary for trophies, but there's just a lot of other good ones too. You can go back this way. There's only one thing here, but just so we got it all cleared, let's go ahead and get it. Plus it is a 5, they add up. I mean, how many do we have at this point? 17. So is one weapon to plus, was that 15? Actually, we probably can get about 16 or 17 with the 6s we have at this time, so... Let's see, we have enough, we have enough, we have enough, we have enough, we have enough. Yeah, and we can get 2 levels into 6. So that'd be, plus 17 on a weapon. That's, it's really getting up there at this point. So this drop is actually not that hard to, miss and die. So it kind of just drops straight. If you think you're going to go to the side over there, you're probably going to fall to your death. As it has happened to me. Let's go and get our items over here, our crafting stuff. Then we're going to go to the far end, jump. I like to try to use this pillar. Kind of roll off. Roll off. And there's your talisman. So, clarifying horn charm +1. It's going to be the upgrade version to the clarifying horn charm, which I don't even know if we've even got yet, naturally. Oh, we did. We did. Okay. So, yeah, there's your upgrade version. I think that's one that boosts focus. And after we get all this stuff, we're pretty much just going to fast travel back to the start where we just were and just keep on our pillars. Keep lighting those. So this is overlooking where we fought our second Dragonkin soldier, the very first spot when we came in here. So that's where he was, the talisman and the waterfall, and I'm pretty sure we're all good to go there. Right? Yeah, that's just the birds. Alright, so from here, we'll jump back to, where's the other one? I think the other closest one was actually all the way at the freaking mimic here. So yeah, we're going to just jump back to Ancestral Wood Side of Grace. Oh no, we never lit that one. Okay, good. So, that was our first one. Alright, so there's going to be 2 behind us where we are right now. So that's already the first 2 down. And we are going to take the same path now that we don't have to hit the lower level again. We can stay on Torrent. You can take your time, go through it all and clear it, but there's no real need. I mean, we will for the most part, fuck it. Just be thorough. And I'm going to tell you, this is going to be a pretty hard boss fight this episode if we can make it into this way for Aqueduct, so we can go ahead and get down to the deep root depths just so we have that side of grace. It's a double boss fight with gargoyles. We haven't even faced gargoyles yet. You guys do not know their movesets. If you have fucked off, so as you go down and grab this, but if you have fucked off in front of the Bestial Sanctum and decided to fuck with that big black statue out there, that is a Black Blade Kindred. And he's a form of gargoyles. So these guys, imagine 2 of those. If you played with him yet, he's probably killed you a million times. That dude is way over 2. Crazy moveset. So it's gonna be a fight with 2 of those guys that do poison. Just good fun. And as you see, we're kind of just circling around here. Did forget to change my shield back. Kukri. Thank you. Alright, so now we're just going to kind of clear these guys out and then kind of up to the right. Good God, brother. They about put us down. So up to the right is going to be like a little platform. It's going to have the next pillar we need to light going up here. That's where your boss is. Always, you see the ones you've lit, you see the ones you haven't lit. You just go around, getting your items along the way. So that's the one on the main road we lit. So if you ever, if you did get lost, I mean, we're just doing big circle around, so you probably haven't, but if you did, just remember the main road, straight all the way back. That's it. So we are almost there. Now the other 2 are to the left, but we do have another talisman to grab before we go that way. And you really probably want to go for the singing lady first, because she's really just like buffing these guys. With her singing, that's what that is doing. Let's grab that one. Take her out. They have no more buff. Just drop for us. Ooh, we got the weird ass helm now too. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and jump on Torrent and go behind here. So behind here is a very hidden place, and the only indication you have that anything's here is the jellyfish. And I told you guys since episode 1 that jellyfish are kind of an indicator that something's near. Now if you look right down there, that's how you get to the Sword for Aqueduct, which is there. And then that leads you over to the deep root depths, and we are getting to that. However, there's still a few other things here we need to get. and a boss to take out before we get on over there. Ooh, what the fuck was that? Come on, give me a break here, guys. What was that? Sometimes Torrent isn't really wanting to do what I want him to do. Well, what I'm pushing the buttons for him to do, we'll say. So if you're going all the way up to the top, follow it around to the left over here, we're going to get another talisman off this body right here. Obviously a resistance. Now that is a +1 and we're probably dead. Look at my health. So that's a +1 to the model necklace. We don't even get the model necklace until we go back to the 4 belfries. That's already the upgraded version of it. So when we do get to it, it's just not that special anymore. It's already been outclassed, and we would have got it by now. But to be honest, we're just gonna kind of fit that into another episode. Like if you're on a blind playthrough, you probably would have got them keys and went back to the 4 belfry on your own. But for walkthrough perspective, it just hasn't made sense yet to stop what we're doing, clearing or progressing an area just to go do some loose end type shit. You know what I mean? So, like I said, a natural playthrough, you probably would have already had the regular model necklace. Now, trying to get levels here, we all are. So, if I have a few thousand, I'm going back for them. They do add up. You know what I mean? It was like over 10. Yeah, it's 20,000. Which isn't as much as it was, but it's almost half a level. It's kind of... If it's almost half a level, it's worth your time, I feel like. Alright, so from here, let's go back on down. And we're going over to the left. And we probably could have dropped down to the Sorrowful Aqueduct and got that side of grace, but it's okay. Alright, so now we're going to go to the right. And actually, no, go kind of straight, because it makes sense to end on the top of the hill and not start there. So as you're going back into your rocks over here, just kind of follow it around where it stays to the far left side. Now there is going to be a red wolf of Radagon. Fight him if you want. I typically ignore him. Somber 5. As I said, we'll get a lot more of those. Somber 5s are going to start to get more than you even know what to do with about this point in the game. Not as rare as they once were. So like that. And then let's just get going. So there is one scarab with Astral Board for bow builds, or other tower, and then a side path for a utility item. I mean, it's a damaging utility item, kind of like that bell we got in Liurnia. Kind of something to play around with, nothing to be too serious with, but it's stuff, so we're going to get it. It's that same skull she's using, just throw magic everywhere. You. Thank you. Alright, how are we gonna see him? You are not bitch smacking me today, lady. Alright, so this should be our last and final tower. Did we get the note? And we got the note. So we are good to go for the boss. But before we do, now I'm going to tell you guys the truth. This is another thing that I've probably missed for multiple... I've probably done 10 playthroughs of this game. I probably missed this for 7 of them. I shit you not. I never even thought to really look over here. I really did. Alright, so what we want to do is stay to the far right side. I'm probably get off Torrent for this, I'd say. At least the first part. Then we will need them after. So you want to get on this wall onto the right side. This is what I like to have Torrent for. Not this first gap, but the second. That's just a single jump. You want to jump over to this chalice looking thing. Alright, there's going to be one of these big Bertha. So that skull is what we're about to get. As you see, it throws out magic damage. And that stuff actually puts on a little bit of damage. It really does. There we go. And this Astral Board is getting hella strong with these upgrades and our scaling. Ridiculously strong. I mean, it is fully upgraded, so there is that. Okay, so from there, we'll jump back to Ancestral Woods again. And now we pretty much just got a straight path. Now let me hit my Mountain Dew real quick, y'all. If you don't know nothing about me, I take my Mountain Dew break serious. Alright. So, this is very much like the same deer fight we had. It did the magic, kind of jumped around, back kicks, front slams, digs its horns, into the ground, and tries to swing around like 3 times in a row. So all that's the same. But this one In this battlefield, there's going to be like a bunch of spectral animals, like deer, little small deer and stuff like that. And it could actually suck in energy from the whole field and heal itself. It's just not fun. However, if you come here with Mimic, Blood Loss, or just Mimic and upgrade weapons and put her down as fast as you can, you'll probably be okay. Also going to introduce her to some, Bloodhound's Fang action, and it should be pretty smooth. I know Blasphemous Blade fucked her up. I came here with a plus 10 Blasphemous Blade, it wasn't too hard, obviously. But coming here without a weapon upgrade, this fight could, go the other way, where it takes a long time. And this is actually a remembrance boss to get you a pretty cool talisman. Why can't I get to her? Like, what the fuck? And this one teleports a lot. Yeah, it's quite annoying. You're gonna see, it's really annoying. Mimic's already half dead. We ain't even got one hit in yet. So I've never cared for all the fights where you gotta do all the running and chasing for a boss, for a fight. Like this fight, Damn, Mimic with the spells. No, you don't. There's the heal. Try to take it back from her as fast as you can. They're usually gonna come in threes. Damn, Mimic +1's fucking this thing up. Like I said, not bad, a little annoying, sure, but not bad all in all. There you go, Regal Ancestor Spirit Trophy earned remembrance of the Regal Ancestor and another underground region knocked out. Because this does lead out to the Sword for Aqueduct, but that's kind of like its own thing. It's an extension of this place, but it's definitely its own thing. Now, this remembrance gets you 2 items. Unfortunately, you have to actually pay for the 2 items, do keep that in mind. And we're going to leave our Arcane at 30 for a bit and just bring Dex way up, and then we'll be getting back in Arcane later on. So this is a decent one. Now, this weapon just seems stupid to me. It just seems really basic physical weapon. I guess it's kind of cool and unique. 30 strength, 20 dex, very much a quality weapon DD before upgrading. I'm sure it's a somber weapon. Soul Stifler, I don't know. I couldn't tell you anything about it. I would not waste a remembrance on it. I never would. However, what I would do is get the talisman. We're going to go over it, but I'm going to make sure I have enough runes to grab it. What do I have? Runes held 18. That should do her. It's only 3,000, so. But this right here, guys, look. Restores FP upon defeating enemies. That's not much. But in a game like this, when you're like constantly and steadily just, going through enemies left and right, it can add up. You know what I mean? It can be quite nice. So now we're going to jump back to the Ancestral Wood side of Grace. And get to the Deep Root Depths. Now, Deep Root Depths is probably going to be the last area we do. But if we go here, because last episode, after we did Ronnie's shit, we went and got Angel River Main, right? So, now we can get there, which is going to take us out to like the Lake of Rot and then to the Moonlight Altar, and that's the last bit of that underground. Then if we go to the Sword for Aqueduct now and lead to Deep Root Depths, we actually have all of it. We at least have all of it unmapped. We have transportation and fast travel to every spot. So we can go wherever we want, whenever we want. As I said, we are going to go ahead and just knock out all the underground now. But before we even do Lake of Rot, we kind of got to go to Mount Kelmir for some armor. It's going to be the Mushroom Armor. And the Mushroom Armor is going to raise all your resistances. We also have Talismans that raises all of our resistances, giving us the biggest rot bar we can. So it takes much, much longer to fill on up. Then we're going to use Talismans or Rune Arcs wherever we have to. So every single class can reach 12 Faith. And that will let us all use Flame Cleanse Me, and we're going to go through there, we're going to cleanse ourselves, we're going to heal ourselves, we're going to have our resistance highs, we can get them, and you know what I mean, we should be okay to get through it. I just had a brain fart, like, did I turn around to get that item off the ledge? No. I remember looking over that way real quick, I'm like, I don't remember grabbing it. Alright, again, get another Stone Sword key there. Now we are gonna have a fight with a Crucible Knight. This one actually drops us great shield. So if you're doing a strength build, I mean, I think the shield's kind of ugly, but I could definitely, that's my opinion. I could definitely see why a lot of people would really like it. Just because it's not my thing doesn't mean it's not good. I'm sure it's phenomenal. Sure it has that. It's that horn shield he's using. I'm sure you could probably cheese him too, but we're not doing that. Told you guys from the beginning, there's no cheesy tactics or anything like that. Yes, we use the sleep pots in that one noble, God's noble at the start. We just ran through the harder one. So it shows you I didn't need it, but I didn't want newer players to not have their upgrades, so I had to show a strategy for them, But besides that, we're not doing nothing cheesy here. We're gonna take the hard route and just get good. That's what we're all about here. Yeah, I just didn't want people not being able to get that Somber 7. Especially newer players that need it more than anybody. What is going on here? Buddy. He's got some help. Uh-huh. So deal with them however you guys deal with them. People that probably have the worst time is probably mages, I would assume. There's not much room to fight him up here. And when we go deeper depths, we're actually getting his armor as well, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool armor. A little bit heavy, very high resistances. I mean, hell, we've never got blood loss off on these guys, using Blood Flame Blade or whatever it may be. So that's a Crucible Horn Shield. So it does have a 26 strength requirement, only strength requirement. Shield Bash does make sense with the horn. I don't think it gives you any extra damage, but it does get over 200 with that, Ash of War with the damage it does. Guard boost at 60 on upgrade, that's really good. 60's, that's like the spots you want. If you can get a medium shield up to like 65, 68, you're done great. I mean, this one has 54, but our gold one, which is my, it comes at 61. Now, a lot of things in Elden Ring were just buffed. Some things nerfed. I think Blasphemous Blade was nerfed. A couple other very overpowerful weapons were nerfed, which is understandable. But some of these shields have been buffed. This one in particular was already one of the best shields in the game, and it used to go up to 68 guard boost, which is phenomenal. The more guard boost you have, the longer it's going to take your stamina to break. But it's also going to make certain weapons bounce off your shield and, leave them open for an attack. So, guard boost is important. I don't know what it gets up to now, if it was already at 68. But this is unupgraded right now. So with the buff, we'll see. But, it goes all up to plus 25. This thing might go up to 70 now. It might go up to 75. I don't know. I can't wait to see. And there is another Crucible Knight. This is going to be our first with the Spear variant. Spear variants are really dangerous too. I do feel like they're easier to parry. I'm sure a lot of people think they're harder because of how it is. But for me, it's easier. Yeah, I told you these little fucks can stack on some damage, guys. We're gonna go behind the waterfall, get your golden centipede. Smithing 4. And we're about to go take out the Crucible Knight. Did I forget to get the arm? Oh my god. Okay. I knew while I was at Round Table Hold, I'm like, there's something else we got to do, there's something else we have to do. Go back to Round Table Hold, guys. Crucible Knight's not gonna respawn. So it's not that we really added anything extra. But this is important. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to go over here and talk to Fia. So Fia and Dee's quests are about to pick up big time. In fact, in Deep Root Depths, that's all of Fia's quests coming to an end. And Dee's as well. And Dee's brothers as well. And Dee's brother was kind of sitting over there on the balcony. So what we're going to want to do... So you're going to go through this again. And we did this at the start. I was trying to space it out as we went through the game. So we didn't have to, hug her back to back to back because it's just slow and exhausting,
You are so very warm.
It's another Pedontian's blessing. Talking secret is what we want.
As after I
So I'm just going to get all of her dialogue.
I was a prey, despite all so pleased.
So she kind of represents those who live in death. That's who Dee hunts down. So you could obviously see, the shit going on between them. So, do you know?
Dear, have you ever heard of Black Knife Prince? Dear Roger likes to talk of them when abed, and the ancient plot in which the first of the demigods was slain. The black knives wielded by the assassins who committed the act, along with the impressions they made, somehow hide the truth of the conspiracy. These grand affairs are hardly my forte, but dear Roger began to weep as he spoke.
So, about the black knife print.
I've heard tell from someone else about the black knife prints that fascinate.
So, knife print clue. Now, that's sending us to a catacomb we've already done. And I did mention this prior, if you've been following along in order.
Perhaps.
This is all the way back in the Liurnia. And so we found the black knife print there as part of a quest. So if you look at the map, there's that tower. There's the Erd Tree fight we did on the left, and then there's the tower on the right. So that is in the Liurnia. In fact, if I were to pull up the map, it's right here. As I said, there's the Erd Tree, there's a tower, there's a catacomb in that little rut. So just like the map, when you look at the map again, as you see, that's exactly what it is. But we already have that, so we can continue along with our quest since we do.
Would you like a blessing?
Like I said, we got this, y'all. We ain't missing shit. Some things just happen way sooner than, it gets involved. Like, we did that 10 hours ago, but yeah, it's involved with the quest now. But that's kind of why we do things, so they line up. When we get here, everything's lined up, everything's done. We have the quest items we need, and we're able to go on. So let her hold you again. She's going to talk about a dagger. We're going to give this dagger to Dee. I guess that helps her identify who she needs to kill. If she's going to take Dee out, we're going to get Dee's armor, which is really cool. And you might want to keep it, but we're going to give it to Dee's brother. Then we'll end up taking Dee's brother out and getting it back, like the very next episode. So, about Roger, we want all the dialogue.
He must be put anchors his will. You truly to dear Roger.
Sacrificial twig. Now, here's about the dagger.
It's a very precious, so I would like for the original.
Alright, about the dagger.
It's a very...
Alright, we're good to go. So now we're going to go over here and talk to Dee. Now, doing so, Dee's going to tell you he knows exactly who the dagger belongs to, and he appreciates us bringing it to him, which does lead to him getting knocked off, right? So, that's just kind of what's going on here. So it's going to talk to Dee. If you want any of his incantations, you can get it now, but keep in mind we always get their bell bearing when they die. Every NPC, if they die, we get their bell bearing. Don't worry about it. But typically, in case you forget you have it, or you give it to the Twin Maiden Husk and just forget about these, it's probably good to get it now. So if you're doing Golden Order build, you have Litany of Proper Death. Creates image of Golden Order to deal holy damage. Then you also have Order's Blade. Enchants right hand ornament with holy damage. 13 and 13 faith. So Golden Order build. Another faith int, build. As I mentioned, it's not just, faith ints one, dex faith another. No, like, there's, like, multiple faith int. You have the death sorceries, and you have the Golden Order, and there's other ones, too. But, this happens to be one of them. So let's go and give the Weather Dagger.
How did you get? Well, I know very well. Why don't I read good work?
Let's go and rest. Dee will now be gone, as you see. And when we go back this way to where the blacksmith is, this door is now open. Now, not all the doors in the Round Table hold open, but enough of them do. As you go along, like where the Dung Eater is, and now this one, so you pick up Dee's armor, Dee's bell bearing, his helm, armor, gauntlets, and greaves. Talk to Pia. She's going to reveal who she is, and she's pretty much in love with Godwyn the Golden, who was the first demi-human slain, and that's where Deathroot comes from. So that's, like I said, who she represents. She represents death. Dee, hunted those people down. Now he's got the death root coming out of him. It's not too hard to piece together what happened there. So remember to click R3. And now we're going to jump to get to the underground map. Aqueduct facing cliffs. So as I mentioned, that first Crucible Knight will not be there. So if you ever played Dark Souls and you fought like the Black Knights, so you kill them once. You can't farm these guys for armor or weapon. You have to get your humanity up, which boosts your item discovery, and hopefully you get their drop, their weapon drop as you face them. It's similar to this, but the only drops you're gonna get from them for their weapons or armor or anything else are guaranteed drops. Or like some armor you kill some Crucible Knights, they drop one set of the armor, because there's two different ones. The spear one has one, the sword one has another. But then some of their armor we also find in a chest. So these are guaranteed drops. You can't farm them, but these guys don't respawn. You know, it's one and done with them. However, before we fight them, we're going to do the same thing we did before. And we're going to go here and just clear out all these little guys. I guess we'll start in this room first. I thought they're up higher. You can't ever see them. There's quite a bit. You know, quite a bit of them. And if you're doing a faith build, man, there's a really, really, really good incantation we get up here. It's not for damage or anything like that, but it actually cures deathblight buildup. I really wish we would have went with a faith build because I love them. I just wanted, you know, I know a lot of people like the blood loss their first time, so I was trying to mix in, you know, something for everybody that they might really like and do something a little bit different. There we go in this room, same thing, take these gentlemen out. Yeah, I told you guys from the start, you have complete freedom to do whatever you want. And we could jump respec and do a faith build for a bit until we get to our weapon, you know, for sure, but kind of just try to stick with it. But yeah, you know, when you don't play, you know, you're not going to play the game for a while, you kind of do want to dabble in a bunch of different stuff, you know? You might not get a chance for a while. So you can pretty much parry everything he does. Now he does a little hook. It's like an incantation hook comes out of his hand. That's damn near a one shot. Aww. So he does a stomp, wait for it. Now, you will barely see his head move when he's in the air. And that's how you know, that's how you know it's time to roll. Tough guy, is it? Love it. For me, he's much easier to parry. Where's the somber? There it is. He's much easier to parry to me than the sword guy. Even though the sword seems much easier, you know. I seem to do better with the spear variant. However, he does much more damage, it seems, too. And he's a little bit faster. We also get his weapon. We get both of the Crucible Knight's weapon. The Great Sword we'll get in Altus. The Spear we'll get in Deep Root Depths. Both are phenomenal faith strength weapons. They really are. Fucking powerful Ashes of War as well. This should be Golden Order. Or no, Order Healing. Order Healing. So that's going to cure Deathblight. But let's go look at the stats. You need some faith or in it. 11-11. So you spec 2 points and you'll be able to heal Deathblight. And we face Deathblight in Deep Root Depths. That's where Godwin's body is. So because of that, there's obviously a lot of death down there. We actually have to fight an ancient dragon. I've told you guys about them. They're completely different from the other dragons. And he does death lightning. It's a hell of a fight. It's a fun, cool fight. But yeah, being able to cure yourself over there wouldn't be bad. As you see, guys, we're just kind of going to that dead end and grabbing all of our stuff. Now it's time to work on D and D's brother's quest. I mean, D's dead, but you know, his brother's up here. That's still kind of, you know, he might be dead, but still related, you know, to his quest. Like, quite literally. And if you give him the armor set, you can summon him for this fight. And it is a tough fight. This will give them more health. But me, D's brother, and Mimic is going to, you know, widen our chances. So, we're going to talk to him. He's a crazy fuck. Hand over twin armor set. And that's all he's going to do. Now, you're going to get the gesture. And like I said, if you did not do D's quest, and you did not get the armor, you cannot summon him. So do keep that in mind. This will give him a bit more health. But as soon as we go on in, we're going to go and summon up Mimic. Level 1 Mimic, but level 1 Mimic's pretty fucking powerful. Like I said, 2 gargoyles. And they have deadly poison. Not regular poison, but deadly poison. Deadly poison doesn't have to build up over time to do damage. It does a lot of damage immediately, so. And Mimic's already almost dead. And you only have a little bit of time before his buddy comes out, so you want to try to put him down. He's got really telegraphed moves as well, guys, you know, but still. Where's our critical, asshole? Yeah, his buddy's already coming. There's one. I told you guys, it's a hard fucking fight. I was not lying to you about that. The Mimic didn't do well at all. There's that deadly poison. Keep slowly working down. As I mentioned, very telegraphed attacks, guys. Get these criticals will be alright. Alright, actually let us get this one. Screwed us out of the last, but that's okay. Buddy. You're not gonna let us buff. Oh, we got our buff. Yeah, you see that poison? It just kills you just sitting in it. Bye-bye. So first try, but very, very difficult fight. If we would have came here, you know, obviously at lower level upgrades on our weapons, we would have struggled much, much, much more. It's a very difficult fight with that poison. That poison is deadly poison. Whether that bar is full or not, it's just fucking evaporating your health. Gargoyles Greatsword, very beautiful weapon. And Gargoyles Twin Blade, these are pure physical weapons, not bad choices. Back, we can go and look at them. And we get a holy versions of these as well, but not bad. So more strength, obviously. But these are, you could upgrade these with regular smithing stones. So if you're just looking for a good, you know, good greatsword, it's not a bad choice. I'm pretty sure I might be wrong. I know the holy ones are somber, but I could have swore these are regular. It's been a long time since I tried to wield one. Anywho, just after that, yeah, I figured. It would be nice to kind of go to a greatsword for a bit, switch it up. We can put blood loss or poison or whatever we want on it. That's if it's regular. I can find out right now without going to a blacksmith. Just if I go to Ashes of War, yeah, that's a regular fucking smithing. So look at that. Make a fire, we can get blood loss going on it. That does give us 74 blood loss buildup and some arcane scaling as well. And D, obviously, the more it's upgraded, the more, you know, it's going to do. We can also get wild strikes, lance claw. Do we get sword dance? Fuck yeah, that'd be dope. So blood loss, we get a little bit less damage. Not even that much less. More scaling, but 20 points less damage for 74 blood loss. That ain't bad. Then a cold doesn't give it blood loss, but just gives it straight up arcane scaling. But 116 plus 51, 109 plus 35. Might as well just go with blood. Now we actually have blood loss on it. It's pretty cool. It's unupgraded. But I don't know, it's kind of fucking around. I'll probably take that off. So the thing about your weapons, if you put a weapon in storage and you have an Ash of War on it, keep in mind you'll lose that Ash of War as you pull it out. I just wanted to kind of look at it. Alright, so it's about time to go in deep root depths. Just gotta get rid of this for now at least. So we got that side of grace. And we are 12,000 short. You know, we're about to get in a boss fight immediately. So, after that, you're going to see a little coffin over here. Go ahead and jump on in. Get a cool little cutscene and kind of like drift down a waterfall and land in deep root depths. Now, deep root depths, as I mentioned, is pretty much going to be like the last underground region you would do. Typically, it's the highest level one. Doesn't take too long to get through, though. We're going to skip the cutscene. Now you've washed up in deep root depths. Probably the most beautiful and artistic zone in the entirety of the game. Maybe not. Well, I don't know. Vermisula and the Halak Tree are probably the most artistic zones I've ever seen in a game. Point blank fucking period. But this is too. Look at this. Just going through. Especially you got 4K TV. It's just, it looks Absolutely incredible. It's really nice just to take your time and breathe it. I mean, look at this shit. It is just absurd. Now, these are actually the roots of the Earth tree. We're under the Capitol. So you see, we're straight up under the Capitol here, guys. It's phenomenal. It really is. Let's go and buff on up. And we have not used our Flask of Wonders physic. Like, I have not used that at all. Towards the end of the games, like when you start needing this stuff more. But we could start getting into it more, you know. That's on me. Just because I'm good getting up at the game, I don't always need something to give me an edge. But for the walkthrough, you know, I should have been doing more with this. Oh, God. Alright, come on, buddy, bring it. That's why I say usually just dodge his attacks, then, you know, hit charge attacks after every time. It's a good way just to stagger him and put him down, but still. So that's going to get you his weapon. Strength Faith weapon, Staff of the Avatar. I love the weapon for a colossal weapon. It's just a big ass hammer. It's really awesome. But the Astral Board, instead of slamming the staff in the ground and getting all the crazy projectiles like he was doing, we get the butt slam instead. That was like, on them, that's like a huge mistake. I feel like they should have gave us, you know, where we fire off all the projectiles on a stupid ass butt slam. So we haven't even faced these guys yet. These guys are really tough. They do a lot of damage when they hit you with that headbutt, and you can only damage them from behind their head. Yeah. But not too bad. Now there is a scare. Do not let him get away. This is a really powerful Astral Board. That's gonna be your Astral Board Golden Land, and we did get the Side of Grace here. Great Waterfall Crest. Okay, from this point on, we have a little bit of extra time. So, I would actually like to jump over to Church of the Cuckoo. We need to go hit our teleportation trap again that brought us to Volcano Manor, as we never took the side path that intentionally put us on to actually, wrong one, we need to go to the classroom, to actually take out that secret boss over there. And since we're going to Mount Gilmer to get our armor for Lake of Rye, and that's kind of what we're doing now, we might as well go ahead and do this. Because right after that boss, that secret boss in Volcano Manor, it leads us out right where the armor is. So that's kind of what made me think of it. Alright, so make sure you don't have any souls. And this is the only way I really know how to get there right now, is to actually take the trap again. We haven't put any more levels in health, so shouldn't be too hard to have him, you know, kill us. Scare him. Always scare him. Yeah, we have 20 minutes. This path's really short. It's like you just kind of, instead of dropping down that the lava waterfall we dropped down to the right, you know, to go around and get all our somber stones when we did in episode 16, 17, whatever it may have been. We're going to go left and stay up top. And we pretty much just go through a tunnel, drop down a couple platforms, and you can get some pretty good smithing stones too. But then you just follow it straight back to a boss. We're going to take out the boss, and then we're going to drop right down, hit a cave, and get our armor. Don't kill me, but damage me, please. Ah, I'm gonna take no damage, fucker. Alright, so let him fuck you up before you need to fuck us up more. Alright, now, if he grabs us twice, we should be good. So the first time we were here, he didn't do it twice. He did it once, and that's what fucked us. But he usually goes, yeah, see? He usually does it twice, is the thing. There it is. And we're good. First try, baby. Now, as I said, when we reach about level 100, we want to take off that talisman. However, the main weapon we're going for, we only need 14 strength. For this weapon, we need 18 strength. So unless we want to waste levels, we kind of got to leave it on. And we're probably going to go to the capital a little bit sooner than we're supposed to, at least to take out one boss to get our weapon. I mean, I hate to run past everything there in a walkthrough especially, but without that, we're gonna be fucking up our stats, you know? So, it's either that or we respec to something else and get this damn talisman off. It's just bad to have on at this point. I mean, fuck, we're at level 94. 94, we haven't even got to Altus yet. So, from this point on, we're just gonna go straight on back. Just gonna have some bats to deal with, nothing too crazy. Take him out. You get your drop. One of these drops is really easy to kill. You think it's like the last one we do. Not here. So he just kind of drops you down, but it's going to drop us down again, too. We're just following it around, and then we're going to get our drops again. And where is it? Is it that one? No, it's this one that usually kills me. Don't try to roll. No, this one. They'll look and say, no, it is this one. Yeah, don't try to roll. Kind of just do run and jump. We have a mage to deal with. He actually does a good amount of damage too, so don't play with him too much. That was smooth. Okay, so typically when you take that trap, what the game's wanting you to do is to go to the left where we are now, then just progress on out here to fight this hidden boss, and then, you know, just rest and go back to Raya. But we took advantage of it and went and got Somber Stones 1 through 10. Because we know what to do. I mean, you go through the game so much, you know the tricks and how to, you know, get up there and your damage and take advantage of these things. If they want to send you on a trap, fine. There's no reason we can't go grab a bunch of Somber Stones because they do. So before we go back to the boss, we're kind of just going over all these collapsed pillars, and we're going to grab our stones. I think that's a 6. Yep. Now we already have 7 6s. 5 more we're gonna be in there. We'll be all the way up to like plus 18. 25. Alright, so run, jump. Okay. So now as we go back, the floor is gonna collapse. Right about now. And right here to the right is the boss. Behind you some cave moss, but that's all that is going to be over there. So this boss, it's actually 2 abductor virgins. You know, the trap that got us here. So while that sounds bad, and usually you can't damage them unless they're open. Well, here you can. And you can damage them pretty decently. But when they're open, you know, you just do way more. But it's not too bad. The summons to distract the one while you fight the other isn't the worst idea. Keep in mind, Mimic's going to pull up your health instead of your mana, so if you summon him at the start and get caught with a big one, look at that, while he's closed, we're just fucking laying into him. And you know, like I said, it's just not that bad. Probably didn't even need Mimic, but I do like the distraction. What Mimic just rot him with? God, look at that fucking hit. Oh, you bitch. He's dead too, and he just killed us. Yep. Yeah, I told you, he was dead. Oh, that's bullshit. We should just quit it out the game real quick. And we go back to our side of grace. Let's be careful, we got souls. Isn't that wild, though? We did a special attack while he was open and fucking damn near one-shotted him. Probably half his health bar. That's okay, it's a short run back. But this does put us exactly where we need to be as we come out. So it's nice. So no, it's this way. Because the fog's not there anymore. We won. Alright, so first of all, what was it, like 15,000? 16 with our talisman. I think it's usually 15. But after that, only thing I really remember is the path out of here. I mean, it looks like there's stuff you can climb, but I never remember anything coming from it. So, let's go on up. Now you guys know for sure Radahn's dead. You guys pretty much do what the hell you want. there's a trigger after you beat Morgoth. But like we can take Morgoth out right now as long as we don't interact with the door up there. We're good. After you beat Morgoth, you try to go to the Elden Chamber and something happens in the game. But you know, we're not doing that yet anyway. Yeah, typically as long as you don't fuck around with the door, you're good. So we're just gonna jump straight out. This has gotten us into Mount Gelmir. So we're way over here now. It's about halfway to Mount Gelmir. Cause you like on the or halfway to Volcano Mare. So to head there, and you can't get the map. First time playing this game, I tried to take this path up. You can't. It like dead ends here, and there's a mountain. And I was like, how the fuck do you get to this map? Typically you gotta run all the way up here. Then you work the slow path all the way around up the mountain, and it's wild. It's really cool though. And there's some really good stuff here as well, guys. So while we're here, let's go and grab that. And what we're actually looking for. Why is it telling me we can't? Oh, because the trap. We gotta rest. We'll rest up here. Get your Ashen War, another bow Ashen War thing. Yep, that's barrage. Watch out for your geysers. However, just up here on the right. Well, left first, get your golden seed. But just up here on the right is actually what we came here for. And it's a cave. Now this cave gets you a really good talisman for arcane builds. If you're using like blood or not blood, if you're using like poison or rot. It's going to be more of these death basilisks. Rejuvenating bullets cure death blight. Keep that in mind. We'll be able to craft those sooner or later. Nascent butterfly, and you are going to need a stone sword key. Now if you want to see what the enemies and altars are hitting like, and how much health they have, their level. Alright, it's going to get on in. Seathwater Cave. So this is a very important spot. This armor's going to help out tremendously. And that's what we're after. We're after this armor set. Yeah, first and foremost. Because, I mean, we've done most of the underground stuff. You know, like this, I'm pretty sure like all of this is done. Yeah, like everything over here is done. Sorry for Aqueduct, everything else. Obviously, you know, we have Deep Root Depths left. And that's that. But this... we take Anza River Main around to Noxtella and then Lake of Rot. That's it, you know. Just Noxtella, Lake of Rot, Deep Root Depths, you know. But this armor set's going to help us. So, you know, since Anza River Main leads to Lake of Rot, I figure we might as well get the armor before we even start on the path. That way we don't have to stop partway through, you know what I mean? It's going to be nice. Alright, so we are going to have some poison to deal with, obviously. Most of these caves are poison, you know. And it's definitely much bigger than our other poison caves, for sure. There's a few paths, but it mainly just all leads back to each other. But do watch above. These fuckers love to fall on your damn head. As much as I try to avoid them, one usually will always get me. So going to the left, there's a little doorway. That's the one that always gets me. It's like right here somewhere. Where are you? There he is. These are poison ones, but they still have the same weaknesses. So, I mean, I wouldn't really worry about them. I'm just saying, if you want to, flame and blood. That's what our build's about, baby. Fire and blood. There appears to be a big ass rat and a consumable. Oh, whole rat family. Your lump of flesh. You can cleanse if you want to. It will kind of eat up all your mana. Where we at on time, guys? Ooh, 54 minutes. Yeah, we gotta tighten up. Alright. If you want, guys, just kind of run around, grab the crafting stuff. Okay, so as we go back, we're gonna drop down, and we're not gonna go to the right. To the right's the boss, and by going to the right, you're gonna miss your armor, and that's kind of the main thing we came in here for. Okay, so we're gonna follow this around. It kind of leads us up above where we just were. It'll actually lead us in a full circle. Look at that rune arc. Told you guys, rune arcs are dropped by rats. Just a chance drop, but you can definitely farm them for them. Stack them up, and always have one active if you get enough of them. I'm way up here. Now, this is the right we want to take. So, over to the left behind this plane is actually our armor. Gonna put him down. There we go. Consumable, get your armor set, so we have what we want, but we're already here, and we're already to the end of it, so might as well just, see it through. Get him down. Now we're just going to follow us around and drop, and this is back right where we were at the beginning. So there's that little poison waterfall again, so if we drop off the edge and go to the right, this will take us over to our boss. So there are a few drops and things to do along the way. Kind of just running through the resources, aren't we? Alright, so there's going to be a platform we can fall. Like, there's some rats tucked off right there. It's going to drop and give him a smack. Okay. And going this way, same thing. Another rat, another item. And now it's time for the boss. So it's going to be 2 pests. And I know pests are annoying, but these guys, I mean, this is really easy stuff, guys. No summon needed. I know there's 2. They have no poise. You can go in guard counter, critical, guard counter, critical, or just kind of just run up and put them down, See what I'm saying? Guard counter, critical. He's done. Oh, sorry. Sometimes you need a bit extra, you know what I mean? There you go, Kindred of Rock's Exaltation. It's going to boost your attack power when around poison or rot, and we also got the armor. So from there, we're going to jump back over to Ansel River, Maine. And we're all good for next episode. So next episode, we're going to go through Ansel River, Maine, slowly work all this, do all this in Noxtella, and get on up to the Lake of Rot. Now that we have the armor and we have the best talismans for resistances, we'll be able to just keep trucking on through, get all this wrapped up, get our secret ending, Dark Moon Greatsword, our Sights of Grace in the altar, and then, we'll come back to it later. As far as what I think we'll do, we should make it up to Lake of Rot. Then we'll have one more episode of the Lake of Rot and one episode of Deep Root Depths, and we'll have all the underground wrapped up, ready to move on to Altus Plateau. So, you guys stay tuned, and we'll catch you back here shortly.